Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to discuss continued market volatility as risk-on assets pulled back. We're going to talk about Tom Lee and Bitmain's biggest ETH buy of 2026, and we have a special interview with the founder of Worm later, a prediction market that offers leverage trading. Thank you all for listening today. If you're listening over on Spaces on X, drop a like, a comment, a bookmark, retweet us, push us out there in the algorithm. If you're listening over on YouTube, drop a comment. Let us know what you want to talk about today. I'm joined here today by Easy. Easy, how you feeling this morning?
Good. Market's finally selling off. I wasn't wrong. I was just early.
There we go. Any shorts still open?
Nope.
Just hanging?
I'm long Apple.
Yeah, it looks like at first glance, oil held and everything else broke, and that was kind of like what we were saying. One of these things is going to break, and the rest.
Who could have possibly seen this coming, Ray?
I mean, you called it. I mean, we saw positive movements from everything, and then the one that is actually outperforming is oil, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the last 6 days. In the green, all the way up to 97.80. This is the highest level since the 13th, so 2 weeks. We'll see. This got as high as 112 at its worst. Could go higher. Don't really have any sort of indication that things are going to end in Iran sooner rather than later yet. So we'll have to kind of play this by ear. I'm going to pull up the Iran markets to see if anything's meaningfully changed over the last 24 hours in terms of ceasefire, boots on the ground, etc. Is Jimmy Kimmel resigning? Did you see that market?
Is he?
I don't know. There's a market up for will he resign? So here we go.
US called on to resign, which I saw. I don't think he does, but
so there's less than a 1% chance that the ceasefire would be extended. Obviously, we knew that. US and Iran permanent peace deal by only a 43% chance by June 30th.
What is it by December?
This one doesn't even have December. This one's been down only. Like, we had a bit of a run up 11 days ago when it looked like peace was likely. We were at 82%. Now this is basically at all-time lows for peace deal by June, end of June. So not ideal there. Things are looking less likely that we're going to resolve according to prediction markets. There should be a end of year market. I don't know which one it would be though. Am I missing something here?
Normally there is. I don't see one. I'm surprised that there's not.
Yeah, maybe it's just not showing up underneath the main market. Yeah, I'm just seeing the permanent peace deal buy, and June 30th is the longest date. Let me look at Trump announces end of military operations. Let's see if this one has it. No, it's still June 30th, 54% chance June 30th. Yeah, what's
surprised in June? What is there like a more resolved at the bottom there, or did they just take them off?
I don't know. I feel like there was something you could take for end of year here.
Yeah, I thought so too. I'm very surprised.
Right.
Because I'm more curious what the actual numbers are saying for end of year. Because I bet you it's not as low as you think.
Well, end of year is Iran ceasefire, maybe. I'm not seeing anything here either.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'll have to double check some of these markets. I feel like December 30th was offered before, but I guess not. We got a lot to talk about, Easy. Why don't we break through this weather report, and then we'll talk about more of these stories, tokens, etc. in detail.
Screw the weather report, Ray.
Screw the weather report.
That's how I feel today. Screw the weather report. None of it matters. We're all going to die anyway. Today is Tuesday, April 28th. Looking over at the crypto roundup, the majors pulled back with Bitcoin back to 76K, Ethereum under 2,300, Solana at $84, and Hype Poor Liquid at 40. The S&P closed at a new all-time high yesterday, but is down almost 0.5% pre-market on the back of a bunch of bullshit with the Iran ceasefire markets, which I'm sure somehow on Friday we will say that the ceasefire is back and all this other bullshit that'll be happening. You also had the UAE announced that they are leaving OPEC today, the Oil Procurement Executive Committee. I made up those things, but it sounds fancy and sounds right. All I know is that it dictates how much oil they output, and now they're just going to be pump it up. So that's fun. That happened this morning. I know Ray didn't include it because he's behind, which is fine. I'm not mad about it, but like, come on, Ray. Finally, Western Union announced they're launching the USDPTDC stablecoin on Solana, and they also announced plans for a stable card that'll utilize the token and provide USD stablecoin access in select global markets. I missed this one about a crypto wrench attack victim in France. Got justice as 88 people were charged. Surprisingly, 10 of the 88 charged were minors. Missed that. Why is it called a wrench attack?
Because they come into your house with a wrench and they beat the seed phrase out of you.
Really?
Yeah.
A wrench?
I mean, any kind of physical attack is called a wrench attack.
Why is it not called like a gun attack?
I can figure out. We can look into the origin of why it's called a wrench attack if you want.
I mean, yeah, because like I've never seen somebody pull up with a wrench.
It looks like it originates from a comic that is not working. Let's see, XKCA wrench attack. Here we go.
Chat, why is it called a wrench attack?
His laptop's encrypted. Let's build a multi-million-dollar cluster to crack it. No good. It's 4096-bit RSA. Blast. Our evil plan is foiled. What would actually happen? His laptop's encrypted. Drug him and hit him with this $5 wrench until he tells us the password. Got it. That's where it.
So it's actually why.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. Speaking of learning something new, you said you're long Apple.
Yep.
This thesis here, we're up pre-market, which is nice.
Surprising that they're up pre-market. Everything else is down.
Yeah, 1.3%. Like everything across the board is down. Nasdaq's down 1%.
Well, yeah, I mean, NQ down 1%, also on the back of OpenAI announcing that they're missing earnings for 2025.
We have a lot of earnings this week too, right? Let me pull up our earnings. Where is earnings?
Tomorrow's Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, something else.
Because we get this nice little calendar, right? So we got Amazon quarterly earnings tomorrow. Isn't there normally like a calendar with these on them? I'm missing something here.
Go to Yahoo Finance. They have a calendar for it. Also, this UAE leaving OPEC is interesting. Very interesting.
All right, let's break that down. What have you seen from this, and what does it mean?
I think it could actually help with the price of oil.
And why would that be?
Because they've been part of OPEC for 59 years. And in short, it limits how much oil you can produce, which is like obviously a cap on it because they want to maintain and control the prices of oil. And if the UAE, who produces a boatload of oil, leaves and can now produce as much or as little as they want, in a time where oil's in demand, them not being in OPEC could force other countries that are to produce more oil as well. Yeah, so I just think overall it's actually good for oil prices. As far I say good because consumers are going to be the ones that benefit, and the UAE will make a bunch of money. So
UAE is the third largest producer in OPEC. Behind
yeah, so it's not like it's a small fish leaving. Like it's a pretty big move.
Interesting. UAE says its exit from OPEC will give it more flexibility to respond to market dynamics. They did not give a reason on why they decided to leave now. This comes as
supply and demand, baby.
He was bombed by Iran. Interesting. Yeah, so UAE sees this as an opportunity to cash in on their oil reserves in a time when there's a lot of uncertainty and turmoil. So maybe good for the oil markets, which are rallying right now, which is odd based on this news. This thing just dropped.
Well, they're rallying because the Iran negotiations are basically smoked, which literally happens every single week.
Yeah. Yep.
It's every week. I'm like so over it. Every week we have the exact same playbook. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, so by tomorrow there'll be news that we'll have a meeting over the weekend.
I mean, they're saying there's not going to be a diplomatic meeting by May 15th. I mean,
they say it every week there won't be, but they still announce that they're going to have one.
So do you like taking the yes on a market by May 15th?
No, I don't, because they're going to say they're going to have one, but are they actually going to have one? Probably not, but they'll do what they can to prop the price up.
Are they both going to show up? Wolfie's asking, why is there a new Jimmy Kimmel market? I have no idea.
Because Kimmel was asked to resign the other day.
It ran to 50%.
Well, he made comments about, I think he made comments about the White House Correspondents' Dinner last night. I don't know the exact scenario, but there was some drama with him last night.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks like this.
He's not going to resign.
Yeah, I don't.
He's not going to resign.
Feels like a free 9%.
He's not going to resign.
Anything else on the prediction market side you've been trading?
Right now, mostly just price action stuff. I need to stop trading esports. I need to stop. It just continues to get me in hot water.
Don't you have a model for it? Is that what you have?
Yeah.
A model?
Then the issue is every time I take the model automated does great because it has like Kelly criteria management for sizing and all this other shit. When I see a play, I just like full port. I just hammer it. And most dude, I bought one at 94 cents last night for like a small little gain. I woke up and they fucking lost. I was like, how does that even happen? You were a surefire.
Crashing out on your pod after this. One thing that caught my eye, we have Mega ETH FDV one day after launch.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, that's the 30th. So yeah, Thursday. Somewhere between $1 bill and $2 bill, it looks like. Likely. Were you doing some research on this? I feel like I saw you digging around.
I posted about it. I want to look more into the Mega Mafia apps. I'm actually going to be talking to Hit One and a couple of these other founders this week going into it, purely out of interest. I'm like, the USDM thing is interesting, like very interesting, because they buy back Mega with yield on their stable coin. Yeah, so they have these 10 apps.
So I'm going to just open them up a new tab so we can kind of like just do a quick glance through the 10 apps that were all launched. So basically they had KPIs for their TGE, and one of them was 10 Mega Mafia apps launching and getting some sort of traction. So going over the 10 here, this is CAP. This is Yield. I think this is like a DeFi platform, essentially. The next one up is Kumbaya, which is a DEX and Launchpad. Has LP and swaps. Showdown. I think I played this a little bit. We had Brett on the show. I don't know if you were on for that show, Easy, when Brett was on. Might have been me and Kicks, but this is like a poker like card game type deal where like there's some twists and stuff, which is pretty cool. UBTEL looks like it's some sort of phone data. Interesting. See that on Mega ETH. I'm blocked from one of them. Stomp GG 1v1 game. You can play versus a computer, play versus another friend. So it looks like some sort of gaming that's in alpha right now. Interesting. People can play against each other or computers. Hit One. Not sure what that is. Nectar.ai. Adults only.
Hit One is cool. Hit One is sick.
What is Hit One?
It's like 1,000x leverage. You basically like get a card. Check it out. We should play around right now. Play around. All
right.
It's degenerate as fuck. It's cool.
I
don't know. I'm like just inherently somewhat interested in Mega ETH. I'm like, this stuff is somewhat interesting to me.
Well, I think that they are somewhat differentiated from other random L2s in that they are like legitimately pushing the limits in terms of transaction latency, speed, etc. And in a world where finance wants to jump on and get on crypto rails, having the fastest execution is very interesting.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm gonna share. I just opened it up in a new window so that I can get my wallet in here for hit one. So what is this?
It's a leverage game.
Now it's showing the wrong screen. Showing my
That's Robinhood, right?
I moved it to a new window and it shared the old window. All right, here you go.
I like Robinhood too, Ray, but come on, man.
See my NBIS position down.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
All
right.
Not available in my region.
It picks a random asset, a random amount of leverage, and a side, long or short.
And you just decide if you want in or not, or like you just
No, you're wrong.
You're
on.
in no matter what.
You're on. You're on.
All right, I'm gonna put a pin in this and put it in tomorrow so I can be in the proper region for this because I am not in the proper region right now. We also have Nectar AI girlfriend that needs to say I need to be 18 or older to even look at.
This one I might not do a deep dive on.
And then we've got Bricks.
Bricks is interesting.
Markets.
Why does an AI girlfriend need Mega ETH?
I mean, girls take forever to do anything. Maybe having a faster blockchain would make it faster. I don't know. What do you think? And then Pump Party. Welcome to the fabulous Pump Party on Mega ETH. Super Bunny Cannon. Play now. Some music here. What is this? I like this.
This is cool.
If your power push your bet and fire, the bunny launches across the map and bounces off frame. With 5 bounces, your bunny dies. Where it lands will feature multiplier. Turn that music down a little bit. Oh, all right. So, what do I do here? Oh wow!
You just shot the bunny.
It's pretty sweet. Oh, it hits different stuff on the ground, like bombs.
Are you winning?
I don't know. Are you winning, son?
Are we making money yet?
I don't know. I hit a fan. Wow, that's pretty good. Dead. I have no idea what is going on. I'm gonna hit these things out of the sky. I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, it's like where you finish. So you see on the bottom of the screen here, like if you're in this red area where you stop land, if you land there, you die. But if you land here, you get a 25x. Try to do a touch shot, land, sit. Interesting. All right, there's some cool stuff overall on Mega ETH. Those are 10 Mafia apps. Ran through them real quickly. We have the TGE coming up. Let's look at price action on the Mega token, and then we'll compare it versus where we were at for that prediction market on where we're going to land after day one. Because there's going to be some unlocked supply, but there's also a decent amount of locked supply. I think if I remember correctly, like the majority of allocation went to locked supply because they got like bigger chunks for it. Looking at price action on Mega, this thing bottomed around 1.2 bill, like slightly under that, was consolidating in that range for a long time. We had a breakout ahead of an expected launch on the 17th, about 11 days ago, ran from 1.2 to 1.8. We peaked over 2.2, and now we're trading at 1.7. So are you taking any of these market plays on Mega ETH FDV?
I haven't yet. I'm surprised that 2 bills at 32. Like, that's crazy.
You think that's high?
Yeah. I still think there's going to be sell pressure, dude. Maybe I'm horribly, horribly wrong and there's not, but
I want to bring up I need to dive into it, but I think there may be room for a bullish unlock. I need to see how much of the supply is actually going to be circulating, because my memory kind of is pushing me to think that most of the allocation went to people who are locking. So I could see a lot of people thinking that there's going to be a lot of sell pressure, and if there's not, it could be an interesting run. Also, it's going to depend like what the macro market's doing. Right now it's not a great time.
No, it's not good.
We'll see.
It's not good. It's not good.
Rock Toshi, we have some funny comments. Definitely worth billions market cap from what you just showed.
AI girlfriends.
More sites and Carnival
KPI
games.
sites and Carnival.
You should do a deep dive on S&box, like the actual sandbox.
No, S&box. It's like Roblox for adults.
Interesting.
Do you know what Gary's mod is?
No.
Old video game thing where somebody modded this server and it was like wild. Yeah. I will say.
Mod. Sandbox game developed by Face Punch Studios, 2006. Interesting. So is S&box crypto?
No. But it has an economy like Counter-Strike.
Okay. Spiritual success of the Gary's mod. Play, create, and share games, explore creations, powerful mod.
Gary's mod was modded Half-Life 2, yeah. So it's like a whole custom game for like adults. It's like Roblox for adults.
That's cool. I like that. So,
but the economy is the interesting part because they're already selling skins.
Release date April 28th today.
Oh shit! Does it come out today?
That's what it says. Today's release date.
No way.
No way.
Oh yeah, I guess today. Huh. One sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah, take your time. I'm going to do a little dive in here. Sandbox from Face Punch is a spiritual successor to Gary's mod, built with Source 2, full game creation platform that's quite a lot closer to Roblox. A full game engine where developers can release games onto the Sandbox launcher to earn from, and coming soon is the ability to release standalone games on Steam too. A little bit of everything. Built on the same engine as Half-Life and Counter-Strike 2, multiplayer, big game library, community made games, play fund. Creators earn money when people play their games. Game editor, create your own games or in our intuitive editor with C# scripting and real-time hot loading. Published to Steam coming soon. Take your standalone game on Steam royalty free. The game itself is open source. Interesting. Not just the basic code, but even the finances for it are open source, which is interesting. Huh. Very cool. This looks interesting.
Looks good. Yeah, it drops today. I guess I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, we'll check it out. Thanks for bringing that up. This handle is not available. Sorry, from YouTube. Cool. Very cool. A lot of people are saying it's going to be big. Wolfie or Ellie, a big gamer in the crowd, saying this is going to be huge for games. For Valve, I mean. Even got
there's going to be just a bunch of mini games, and people are going to make a bunch of money building games.
Nice. So we have to figure out what the opportunity here is. Is this the next NFT? Is it selling games on on
Yes, but you buy the skins.
Pivot to Sandbox. If you've been into Roblox, pivot to Sandbox.
You got to buy the skins.
Yeah.
Look, here. How do I share screen? There you go.
The share screen button.
Skins.
Oh, cool.
So there's like a whole economy.
So are there any like what would be like the OG skin? We gotta figure that out.
These are newest, so go to oldest. There's only 35 hard hats.
What are they selling for?
None are listed.
All right, what about the chef hat?
The 2024 Santa jacket is $273. The Santa outfit from 2024, a full fit, is almost $700.
Now that feels like a solid investment. Let's put that in ETH terms. So that's like what 0.0 0.03.
Oh no, this is the big one. Face tattoos and neck tattoos. That's what it is. There's only 146 and 135. They're $1,000.
So you can be like a fully tatted Santa, and that's like the play.
Yeah, or you put on the bear costume.
Isn't there a glitched one that sold for a lot?
I don't know. So Ray, I could see you wearing the shark hat.
Ooh, I like the shark hat.
I like the shark hat too.
Hard hat skin was sold for $1,600 on April 16th on the Steam market.
Oh, the Cardboard King. That's a good one. $450.
I like that.
Oh, that's the one that this handle's not available. Sorry. Buy a Cardboard King. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm like looking to see what people are trying to buy. I'm like looking on like Reddit and stuff right now.
Dude, see, I'd want a fat ass swag chain on top of an Easter bunny nose and a Santa outfit. So I'm looking at like a $900 fit. Something light.
Yeah, not even half an ETH.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, the apron accident. What's this? Only one of these exists. It was created when an accident happened in November of 2024. And it's got an offer for $1,534.
That's a pretty big offer. What is this?
The apron accident.
And there's only one of these?
Single supply. Damn, the hard hat has $2,000 offers, Ray.
Yeah, I think we want the hard hat. Like, I think that's what we want. This hard hat feels
the hard hat
weird.
is 2 bands. That's crazy.
That thing goes up to 5 ETH in a bull market. So 5 ETH at 4K ETH, that's 20 grand. That's a 10x on a $2,000 offer. Go put
That's
an offer.
what I'm saying, dude.
Figure out how to put an offer on this and do it right now. Let's do it live. Deposit 3K in the sandbox. Put an offer on this hat. I want to see you wearing it tomorrow.
I don't even think you can, dude. Yeah, I have no idea how to buy any of this shit. I got no concept of how to buy this. I'm going to have to do a deep dive because this is very interesting, right? This is very, very interesting. Speaking of, did you see the meme coin scam Altman?
I think so. This one ran like into the
$16 million.
Yeah. I got sent this last night at like 12 and the chart was up only. I was like, well, this isn't for me. Where's it at now? Yeah.
Oh, by the way, dude, I fucking told you. We're going to have a bunch of bullshit news. Iran has informed us they're in a state of collapse. They want us to open the Hormuz Strait as soon as possible as they try to figure out their leadership situation, which I believe they'll be able to do. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. 1 minute before market open.
Classic. Absolutely classic. I just realized that my market wasn't updating on my my little box up top here. I got like a little Wi-Fi script I got to run. Are the markets reacting to this is the question. Let's look at SPX. 1 minute before open. Still down 0.5%. We'll see what happens at open here. Well, actually, no, we're 4 minutes.
We're open.
Yeah, we're open.
We've been open for four minutes.
Yeah.
Damn it, Ray. Can you pay attention, dude?
I'm really sorry. So we gap down and we're moving up slightly, closing the gap a little bit. Let's see if oil is doing. Imagine oil would be doing the opposite, but oil is also going up. So, yeah, I don't know. Not too sure what these is. He just trying to move the market at this point? I feel like there's no like substance to that tweet.
There is literally nothing of value from that tweet, dude. Nothing of value.
Crypto up slightly. Solana's kind of holding on here. I kind of like Solana's been lagging and has been like dipping harder and recovering slower. This seems like it's been a shift in the last week for Solana. where it's not dipping as hard as the other majors, and it finally got above kind of this midpoint of range and it's been holding there. I really want to pay attention to Solana coming into the next pump, as I think there's a chance it might outperform. Yeah, I mean, nothing happening.
It literally never fails. It never fails. We're gonna close all-time high again today, and then tomorrow we're gonna close all-time high, and then the day after all-time high, and we're gonna close all-time high for the rest of our existence, Rand. There's nothing that we can do about
it. I don't think we close all-time high today.
Every day until we die.
I think we're gonna have a little bit of a pullback today.
What if we don't?
What if we don't? Indeed. I mean, trend line on the S&P on the daily, holding intact. 2 V-shaped recoveries, continuing to close at all-time high, despite all the issues. We'll see what happens here. We're going to shift gears here a little bit, though. We have a special guest joining the show. His name is Nas. He comes from the Worm team. Worm, if you're not familiar with it, is a prediction market leverage platform. And there's two things that we tend to talk about on the show frequently. It's prediction markets and it's leverage. We're going to chat with Nas about this. He's the co-founder. He has been in crypto for a while. Welcome to the show, Nas. Great having you. How are you feeling today?
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So,
feeling great.
Yeah, I mean, market's choppy, but we're hanging in there. We're feeling good as well. For anyone who's not familiar with you and your journey in crypto, looking over at your X profile, you've previously worked with some big names, including Rarible, Aave, Dharma. Can you give us just a brief run of your history in crypto, how you found the space and how you arrived at where you are today?
Sure. It was like 2019. I was at Facebook working there for a few years, getting bored of like optimizing things for Facebook. And like a couple of investors in one of the OG DeFi protocols introduced me to the space, especially to the Dharma team, and learning more about like what DeFi can add to the world and how things are going to be different with blockchain. I joined the space and basically been grinding since then.
That's awesome. You say you formerly worked at Rarible and Aave. What were you doing over at Rarible?
So like I joined Rarible when NFT is getting a thing, and like basically joined the team to help them to build a consumer product, because for us in the space for a while, we've been always thinking what would be the best way to bring mainstream people to the crypto space, to the blockchain space. And back in 2021, NFTs seemed like the best way we can crypto build mainstream people. And that was basically what we've been doing at the time.
That's awesome. So what drove you to jump onto the prediction market side of things, and what have you been building with the Worm product?
Yeah, so it was 2024 September, like basically a couple months before election. And we were like, oh, we want to do something interesting. And everyone was talking about election, who's gonna get elected. And we built a very basic prediction market, basically a wrapper on top of Poly market. And to our surprise, within like a few weeks, we got like 200,000 users, which was like, wow, what's going on? And I remember waking up on the day of election, seeing all the charts going up, and everyone is like trying basically to vote. And it was very interesting, because on that day of election, nobody knew what would happen. But like based on the data we were seeing, majority of our users, 60 something of our users, they were voting for Trump. And we were like, oh, it's interesting. At least our users, they think Trump is going to get elected. And if you guys remember, prediction markets, they were showing like 5-6% margin of difference between Trump and like Kamala. And prediction markets, they were showing Trump is going to win. We were seeing the same thing on our platform. And yeah, so that like election happened, and we saw exactly how our users, they were predicting. Basically 200,000 users we had. That what happened at the election at the end of the day. And we were like, wow, this is a super powerful tool, and we wanna spend more time on building this. And that's basically how we started Worm.
Yeah, I remember looking back at that election. It was interesting because this is one of the first times we referenced prediction markets regularly on the show, and that margin kind of went multiple directions because there was Biden who was involved for a while. It was Biden and Trump, and then Kamala, took over for Biden and then flipped Trump briefly a few times. Like there was a long period between August and election day where they were just going back and forth for who was the favorite for the election. Eventually, that gap widened coming into the election, and Trump won. So you built that initial market on Worm. You found user traction. What led you down the path to leverage trading in prediction markets?
Yeah. So basically, after that, we were like, oh, this is a huge signal. We want to build something in this space. This is new. This is something really, really useful for the society. And like, that's how we started. And we started talking to a lot of traders. At the end of the day, like the space lives by traders. And one thing we noticed, the biggest pain point for traders is like the limited upside. Like this is one of the main pain points for prediction markets. Like because like you enter the market, say 80% or something, it's just 20% upside. And we all in crypto space, people are used to large returns. And we started talking to users. Again, we identified the biggest pain point for them is like they want higher returns. And leverage is basically the best way to do it. And we have seen it over and over in crypto space. Back in early days of crypto, exchanges offer leverage, and they were I would say, the winner leverage exchanges at early days. The same thing happened in DeFi. I was in the first row at Aave. I was seeing that majority of our users. I was there during the transitions from ETH land, if you guys remember, in 2019 and 20 to what is Aave now. And majority of our early users, they were basically using Aave to leverage. And the same pattern is happening for prediction market. There's no other team offering leverage at the moment. We've been building it for a year, and we are basically the first team offering leverage.
Yeah, this is very cool. I deposited some money on the account. Can you walk through how a leverage trade works on this? So say I wanted to take like Spain at 15%, 15% odds. I can take I guess does this
That's
market have leverage?
that's a good bet. So like for that market, we are not offering leverage.
Okay.
That's not a good example.
All right, let's go
Because
back to the main
like,
page. Find one.
yes, you see like 5x or 3x or something. That market has 3x maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, you
that's
know
a
what?
basketball game tonight. Yeah.
I'm a Sixers fan. I'm gonna
Oh,
take some leverage on the Sixers winning here.
let's
Bas-
do it.
Basketball's a tough one though, because when you're taking leverage on a trade, like I'm gonna have a liquidation price at $13. So I have to at 13 cents. So I have to be like monitoring this position, right? Because if
Yes,
Celtics take an
that's the
early
fun
lead,
part of it.
yeah.
That's the fun part of it. Actually, we are hearing from our users just like, oh, watching a game is not a passive thing for me anymore because I have money on the line. So when the game is going, I constantly change my position, which is a new thing, some sort of entertainment. We didn't have it before.
Yeah, so I can take 2x leverage on the Sixers here at 18%. Normally, I would get roughly like 5 to 6x return on that, and I make like $100 to $120. But with 2x leverage, I'm making $200 on this. But I run the risk of a liquidation if it ever gets to 10%. So interesting idea. I'm actually going to place this, and this is all on Solana.
That's right.
Love that. And then how are you leveraging existing prediction markets? Are you
I was
basically
just gonna ask that too. Like, what is the price oracle? Like, how do you go against that when you get liquidated? Is it a singular source? Like, is it only for very liquid order books? Because like there are some illiquid order books on prediction markets, right? Where like the price could basically get pushed down very quickly and you're liquidated.
Great question. Yes, we don't offer leverage on every market. If there is not enough liquidity, we don't offer leverage. Like the first market you were trying, it was like a World Cup, like which is happening in 2 months or something. There is not enough liquidity, so we don't offer leverage. So, and the main thing, as you mentioned, is the price, because we need to have enough liquidity in the market, so the price movements wouldn't be that bad. So users wouldn't get liquidated left and right.
That makes sense. And then are you pulling liquidity from actual prediction markets like Polymarket?
That's right. We
How's
are
that?
basically aggregating all the order books out there, all the prediction markets out there. We are aggregating like 4 different prediction markets at the moment, but like for every market, like the happy pass would be like, say this is a game, there would be like an order book, a prediction market for that game, and Poly market, Kalshi, and all the other prediction markets out there, and we can basically put orders where we can find the best price. And we are trying to find the best price for you, for as a user. We are aggregating all the order books and also aggregating all the liquidity. And
That's
basically, that's the advantage.
That's interesting. So I've used the Polymarket API before. So I'm like really curious about like the ins and outs behind the scenes. So essentially you're taking these plays and then you're basically hedging out your own risk on the actual prediction market. So basically the user is making the bet on your platform and then you're taking like an opposing position on one of the order books to kind of even things out. Is that basically how it works?
That's right, sir. Yes. Right.
That's cool.
Basically, we hedge the protocol's exposure on the other side of the market where we can find the best pricing.
That's great. Really cool product. Really interesting to like dive through a bunch of these leverage trades. What is the next step for Worm? Like, where are you expanding next? Is it additional liquidity, more markets? Like, what are your goals in the next quarter?
Basically, we are trying to keep up with the pace of growth because we have a lot of users. We are growing basically double digit week over week. And the main thing users want, they want to bring more money. Right now, we are capping the amount of money users they can bring to the platform to $200. The biggest thing for us would be to increase it to $1,000. So users, they can open positions as big as $1,000, say with like 5x leverage, it would be like $5,000 position. And that's the main thing we are focusing on, especially coming to the soccer World Cup happening in a couple of months here. And yeah, that's the biggest thing for us. But like bigger picture is like we see a lot of demand from institutions as well, because institutions looking at prediction market as a hedging instrument. And we all know if we want to use it as a hedging instrument, like leverage basically is a must. Without leverage, you cannot use it as hedging.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Institutional partners also like need a big pool of liquidity as well. So I think that's another major point.
Yes, and for us it's interesting because we aggregate all the order books. Say, for example, Polymarket offers you like a market with like $500 million liquidity, and Kalshi offering the same market with $300 million liquidity. With aggregation, we offer them basically $800 million liquidity, which is very interesting for institutions.
I'm seeing there's options to create your own markets, and I'm guessing that this one here, this Knicks Hawks market, it was created by somebody. Because I'm seeing like a
That's right.
different tag than Worm. How does creating your own market work, and what are the benefits to doing that?
So like prediction markets, like they have a huge promise in basically aggregating information anywhere that like people need to aggregate information from the society. And like you can spin up prediction markets on Worm, and basically the way it works is like you have to put or kickstart the initial liquidity. And that's a very important factor here. And most people, they think about games, but like there are a lot of things we need prediction markets. Say there's a local election in your town and you want to have prediction market on the local election. This is something that's not happening right now on Poly market. The other thing is like generally what's happening in prediction market is very centralized. And we have seen this playbook over and over in crypto. Things, they really take off when it's decentralized, when it's permissionless, when everyone can basically come to the space without a centralized entity in between. And this is something that we are working on. Basically letting anybody to spin up prediction market, put the initial liquidity to kick it started basically. And that's how it works.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it did a decent job of generating this market like in real time. Obviously, there's like a couple issues that you would have to customize with the price, but really cool. You can like just spin up a market via AI over time.
Yes.
What are the benefits?
We have developed our own LLM for that. Basically, it was an easy task. It took us 9 months to do it.
I said, what are the benefits for the user who creates a market?
So there are two things, like there are markets that are not available right now, say Poly market and Kalshi, because it's not interesting to them, or they don't have like the data point that, oh, this market would be interesting. So if you go on Kalshi, one of the most active parts on Kalshi is like is a page that people they can suggest what markets they want. And they have a team, and both Polymarket and Kalshi, the biggest team they have within their org is like a team that they decide what markets they wanna bring to the platform. But we all know this doesn't scale, especially because prediction market is the big thing right now in the US. But we all know it's gonna grow, and everywhere in the world we are gonna see prediction markets. But this is something that Polymarket cannot really scale. And that would be the place that a permissionless prediction market protocol like Worm would be really, really helpful.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Why aren't these major exchanges offering leverage? Like, what's the struggle for them to offer leverage natively versus how you're able to build leverage on top?
Technically, it's very difficult to build. It's not an easy task, honestly. And second thing would be like liquidity, and they are not going to aggregate liquidity from the competitors. For us, we don't care. What we are really optimizing is like offering leverage to users. But say like Polymarket is never gonna put orders on Kalshi order book. The same thing from Kalshi to Polymarket. And big players coming like Robinhood, Coinbase, Binance, they strategically they are gonna focus on their own order book rather than aggregating liquidity from other order books. And that's basically the way we are offering leverage. That's our competitive edge.
I like that. If you look at the prediction market space, it is a lot of competition and lots of walled gardens, essentially, where everybody does have their own order book. If you can tap into the liquidity across all markets, that makes things super interesting. I see you chose Solana, and we talked about that briefly. Why did you choose Solana as the chain to launch on?
Basically, because there's more liquidity on Solana. When we wanted to launch the product, we looked at different chains, and we see the highest activity and highest liquidity on Solana. And we all know liquidity is a big deal in prediction markets.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Also, I feel like the most degens are on Solana. The most people who are willing to trade with leverage on these things. The meme coin traders who would say, why am I trading prediction markets for a 2x? Now they can get, a 6x, a 10x, a 50x with leverage on some of these. It becomes a little bit more interesting to that market. So I think that's a very smart call on your side there. Prediction markets continue to grow. I know one big piece of movement in the prediction market landscape that's coming up is HIP-4 on Hyperliquid. Do you have any thoughts on what that would look like in terms of like giving exposure to leverage prediction market trading, or any like concerns about Hyperliquid kind of jumping in as a competitor?
Actually, we are super excited for Hyperliquid to come to this space. Basically, one of the main or biggest problems in this space is like the order books out there, or like infrastructure is not trading level. And what makes us extremely excited about Hyperliquid is like they are famous for building trading level infrastructure, and also the liquidity they bring to the space. And basically, we've been building on the testnets on Hyperliquid now. And like as soon as they launch, we are gonna launch on top of Hyperliquid. And we think we are gonna offer like much better products to our users, because there would be better order books, there would be better liquidity, which makes things extremely exciting.
Yeah, it feels like Hyperliquid may be the most open, or like equally as open as Polymarket. I feel like you have to have an easier time working with Polymarket since it's on chain than Kalshi. Does that make sense?
That's
or
right.
am I okay?
That's right. It's easier, it's transparent. And it's interesting, a lot of our users, they want transparency. When they open leverage, they want to see the prices, how the price movements work, all of that. And we are going to have everything like on chain out of the box from Hyperliquid, which is extremely interesting.
Yeah, that's awesome. So basically providing a potentially large untapped pool of liquidity that would be additive to Worm versus competitive necessarily. That's really cool.
Exactly. And offering better leverage, because like the more liquidity, the better leverage, the better spreads, the better like pricing for users.
So you're a builder and you're building prediction market products. Do you trade prediction markets often? And do you have any prediction
Yeah.
market alpha for us?
Oh yeah, every day, basically. That's we love prediction markets. That's why we are building prediction markets. It's funny you ask. We have like an internal leaderboard within the team, and people, it's extremely competitive. Like within the team, we see every day like who is winning most, who is trading the most. It's so much fun.
Who's the best trader on your team?
I wish it was me, but like, no, it's just like every day is changing. It's just, that's another thing. It's just like prediction markets is one of those things that it's not like one person has all the edge. It's just like, people are good in different things. And that's why it's very inclusive, I would say, a space.
That's awesome. What trades have you made lately? Are there any positions you're excited about right now to share for our audience?
Oh, like NBA games. We have NBA games every night. Yeah. So that's I'm a big fan of Spurs. And like, yeah,
we got to keep this product away from Easy. He struggles enough with sports without leverage. Now add a little bit of leverage.
Esports, man. The video game gambling gets the best of me.
Oh yeah. You should spin up prediction markets on EA Sports on Worm.
Yeah.
I might have to.
Do you earn rewards for creating the market?
Yeah, we share fees like generating the market with the market creator. Basically, that's a big deal.
That's pretty cool. So you can basically look at Polymarket, pick one of their markets, and then essentially create a market that could offer leverage on Worm.
Yes, that's true. And actually, this is something that we see some people there are doing on our platform.
This is really, really interesting. I've deposited on here. I'm gonna play around with some of these leverage plays. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. I think I'm gonna take the Sixers tonight and follow that one along live.
Exactly. That's a fun part of it. Follow it along the game, actually.
All right. Before we wrap here, any final thoughts you want to convey with the audience? Any final thoughts about Worm, where to follow you, best ways to get involved in the ecosystem, in the community?
Sure. Please check us out. It's like Worm WTF. And like we are the only place you can find prediction markets with leverage. And like we are offering like different leverage levels, like all the way from 2x to 5x. And yeah, and if you like any markets, please spin up the market. And also you can join our Discord and talk about the market you created. We can also add liquidity to your market to basically to kickstart your market. Very excited for like a lot of very interesting sports games coming up in the next few weeks. And like people are getting more enthusiastic about the sports, and leverage is the way to level it up, basically.
Very cool. Really awesome product. I'm excited to dive more into this. We've been excited talking about Worm on our show and in our tweets. Thanks again for joining, Nash. You can follow Worm at WormWTF on X. This has the link to their site and their Discord as well if you want to join their community. Love leverage trading, love prediction markets. This is the marriage of both, built on top of the liquidity of all the other prediction market order books. Thanks again for listening, everybody. It has been a wonderful episode of the Daily Bone Podcast. We do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. Also watch us back on YouTube to see our live stream in real time. Thank you again for